What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? I'm just playing. I'm back. What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good, people? What's good? It's your boy Cam back with another of our NFL draft series, man. The hits and misses of the 2000s. Well, since 2000. Started to really comprehend football around 2000. So if y'all was curious why I chose that year, that's why. But today's topic is the Indianapolis Colts, man. They had a really good run throughout the 2000s, man. But we're going to get into all of that, man. So, you know the drill. Like and subscribe to the channel. Got some good stuff over there. We're going to continue to grow with y'all, but we need y'all help. So keep on liking the videos, keep on subscribing to the channel, man. If you're watching it, and you see us putting in that work, man, drop us a subscription so we can keep on rolling. You feel me? That's all that matters. That's all that I like. That's all that we like, man. One half of this fantastic duo, man. We got a live show every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So y'all come on over, watch us, see if you like what we talking about. We keep it light, we keep it fun, man. We keep it in depth, man. We try to really get into it. So y'all come on over. The water's fine. But we're gonna get the show started on the road, man. With the Colts, man. All day first round picks since year 2000. So we always say to find out where they at, you gotta figure out where they been. So let's get into it, man. All right, so the Colts, man, have an interesting draft history, right? You got a host of good players throughout the 70s. Burt Jones, LSU guy, MVP in 1976. Bubba Smith, man, Michigan State, first overall. He was a dude, right? So they had a couple of Pro Bowlers in there, a couple of good players all over the place, right? But as you get into the 80s, you see a very important name right here. That's John Elway. John Elway said, man, fuck the Colts. I don't want to play there. So he's like, I'll go play baseball, which he did. He ended up playing for the Yankees, I want to say. Or, yeah, he ended up playing for the Yankees. Man. Yeah, he ended up playing for the Yankees. I don't know how long he played for the Yankees. I was actually trying to see that a long time ago, man. So he's a baseball player, second round by the Yankees. Tony Gwynn, couple six spots ahead. So he played for the Yankees in a short season. Um, let's see. Yeah, Steinbrenner. He wanted him real bad. Uh, Starting right fielder in 85. Yeah. So he got in there, man. But everybody know he was one of those ones, first overall pick, NFL Super Bowl champion. But he said, fuck the Colts, man. So they ended up having to trade him because he never played for them. And then he ended up doing his thing with the Broncos, right? But that ain't stopped the Colts from moving on. They obviously needed a quarterback at some point. So they put a ragtag bunch of dudes together, man. But they ended up drafting some good dudes. Ron Soap was a Pro Bowler. Dwayne Beckett was a Pro Bowler. Then you got Cornelius Bennett, who ended up being really good for the Bills, right? A part of their Super Bowl run in the '90s. He was a part of them. But like he never played for the Colts. They ended up moving him to the Bills, but that's a Pro Bowler right there. Then you get Andre Rison, one of the most underrated receivers of his time. Then Jeff George had a little bit of Jeff George was an interesting case because he had some success, but he was a head case at some point. He was good, but he thought he was better than what he was. and he was talented as hell to feel like that. But he really was a head case. You feel me? But he had hella talent, man. You don't get picked one overall if you ain't got no talent. And he definitely did. He was just a little head case and thought he was a little hot shit sometimes, man. But it was worth it, man. So, but '92, they kind of missed on Steve Edman. He was one of the best college players ever, man. He was good, man. Good at Washington. Washington was good. National champion 1991. But it didn't work out for him. Then they got the second overall pick, so that same year, and then they missed out on this dude a little bit. I mean, he was okay, but definitely not what you was thinking. But '94 they got Marshall Faulk, man, and you know how that turned out. But they didn't keep him long enough. And his best years was with the St. Louis Rams, where he ended up getting MVP, a whole lot, man. You see him coaching Colorado now as a running backs coach, so you're gonna listen. But he had some really good ass seasons with the Colts as well. He was a dual threat guy, could catch and he could run, so he was good. He was everything, smart back there as well. But like I mentioned, his best years were with the St. Louis Rams, MVP, Super Bowl, all of that. So, including 1,000 rushing and 1,000 passing, man. Like I said, his best years was with us. But that's a good pick, man. And then as they set up that Super Bowl run that they end up going on in 2006, I believe that's the year. Um, they drafted some good dudes, right? So Marshall Faulk ended up, going to the Rams, but then they picked up Marvin Harrison. That's a Hall of Famer. You start picking up guys like Terry Glenn. That's a Colts Hall of Famer. Should probably be a NFL Hall of Famer too. He was just that damn good. '98, you get your franchise guy, Peyton Manning, right? And then '99, you replace Marshall Faulk with Adrian James, who had a really good ass start to his career, man. I mean, look at this shit. 50, 1,500, 1,700, leading the league in rushing, man. Come on now, stop it, right? He tears his ACL, then he has to come back from it, and then have some pretty good years as he gets on to it. But nonetheless, you start to piece together that Super Bowl run and you start to see the pieces there. So you got Marvin Harrison on the team, right? You got Terry Glenn, your franchise tackle on the team. You get your franchise quarterback in Peyton Manning, right? You get your franchise tailback in Adrian James, right? After getting rid of Marshall Faulk. So then you start to add some pieces to that. So we're gonna start in the year 2000, 28th overall pick, Rob Morris. He was there for about 8 years, and he was a solid player for them. 100 tackles, couple seasons, definitely good for them. It turned out to be a really good pick. He was there for their Super Bowl run, and this is a hit, man. He turned out to be good. So you start piecing together, like I said, right? 2001, you ended up getting Reggie Wayne, right? He's really good. He's the wide receivers coach right now for the Colts, right? But he turned out to be good, and he was number two behind Marvin Harrison for a good little while, man. But then Marvin Harrison leaves, right? And then he becomes the number one guy. And you see the production. He even bleeds into the Andrew Luck era, where he was really good with him still. So this is a hit nonetheless. I mean, you look at it, like I said, he's a champion, he's an all pro, everything, receiving leader, all of that shit. This is a hit nonetheless, man. 14,000 yards, that's a hit, right? And as I said before, you start to piece together your team for that Super Bowl run because you got such a good quarterback in Peyton Manning, who in '98 was okay, '99, 2000, 2001, right? You all do that. All good, right? So 2002, 11th overall, you go out and you get a fantastic pass rusher, outside linebacker, and Dwight Freeney. Everybody knows the Dwight Freeney spin move was almost unblockable for a while. He's one of the best defensive ends in the league. He did what he was supposed to do, man. But around this time, the Patriots had a tough time making it in the playoffs. That was their thing. It was tough. They had some really good teams, bro. Really, really good, dog. Like, don't let it fool you. Under Jim Mora, it wasn't that good, right? Peyton Manning was still kind of figuring it out, but he's Pro Bowler nonetheless. Edward James, Marvin Harrison, all of that, right? But once they hired Tony Dungy after he was let go from the Buccaneers, it changed the little things. Like, he's a player's coach, man, but he ain't gonna let you get away with no bullshit. And it was tough. It was tough at first. They had some tough playoff losses, including this one to the Jets in 2002. That was nasty. They ain't score no points. With this team, you don't score no points, nasty work, right? '03, you lose to the Patriots in the AFC title game. Like, that's tough, man. The Patriots had Tom Brady, but Tom Brady wasn't TB12 yet. He was just Tom Brady. That defense tore Peyton Manning a whole new ass. And that's just what it was, right? The Patriots had that defense. Ty Law, Warrior Malloy. You still had Richard Seymour. I don't know. I think maybe Vince Wilfork was on that team too. So you, Teddy Bruschi, you got all Willis McGahee. All them dudes was on the Patriots at this time. And I'm sorry, you wasn't gonna do nothing with them. But nonetheless, it's about the Colts, not the Patriots. Like I said, you get into some tough losses. You know what I'm saying? You go back to New England in '04, and you can't score 14 again. You score three. That's how good those defenses was, right? And then 2005, man, you lose to the Steelers at home. They go on the run to the Super Bowl, right? So under Tony Dungy, it took some tough playoff losses to get to that point, man. But nonetheless, you see him piece together that run, right? And it started with guys like Dwight Freeney, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Freeney, awesome dude. You know, this is a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and he was a College Football Hall of Famer as well. So you had a lot. You had a lot. He was so good, man. So yeah, you start piecing that shit together, and then you start drafting more guys to help Peyton Manning out. Dallas Clark, one of the best tight ends out there. You know, all pro, Pro Bowler, did a lot, man. 1,000 yards here and there, 500 yards, 600 yards, shit like that. He was good as fuck, basically, on an offense that had a bunch of players that was good as fuck, right? So no pick in '04. Traded to the Falcons. They ended up getting Michael Jenkins. We went over the Falcons before. Michael Jenkins was pretty good for them. Then 2005, you draft Marlon Jackson, 29th overall cornerback out of Michigan. He's a two-time All-American. You got the Super Bowl that they won as well. He was pretty cool. He was productive with them. Tackles, things like that. But I call it a hit. He was there. He was there. He did good. Productive. 2006, they went to LSU and drafted Joseph Adai. Turned out to be a pretty cool player for them, should I say. 1,000 yards 2 years in a row. Part of that Super Bowl team as well. But after that, it just kind of went downhill. I actually really want to see what happened a little bit. So he was good. Um, Let me see. So '07 was good. He resigned with them. So I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But his play just kind of went downhill after that. I forgot he was there after that, to be honest with you, after these first two seasons. I forgot he was there. But I guess injuries or something, maybe 12. 800 yards, 400 yards, 400 yards. Like I don't know, man. But I guess it worked out because they got a Super Bowl and a Pro Bowl. So I call it a hit, man, because it worked out, right? So you win a Super Bowl in '06, so you got the last pick in '07. So you got Anthony Gonzalez, who was actually pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. Um, he's a politician, as you see. District, he's a congressman. So Congressman Anthony Gonzalez. Um, so House of Representatives, yep. So yeah, so but as far as football is concerned, man, a little bit of a meh. He had some good years, but then it just didn't work out, man. That's all. But he did get on the team on their second Super Bowl where they played the Saints and lost. He was on that team, but yeah, so he earned the starting spot after Marvin Harrison left the team. But he never could, I guess, stay healthy, man. But he's a politician, so thank him for his contributions to this wonderful country, right? But no pick in '08, traded to the 49ers. So '09 they start to kind of move into uh, that second half of Peyton Manning's career. Where '09 they drafted Donald Brown. Donald Brown was there for about 6 years, and he was okay. He was okay. He was I want to say he was kind of the second guy. He wasn't never. He was never like the top dude. He was never the top dude. Yeah, he was never really the top guy. I forget who their running back was. I think it was. I forgot who the hell it was, man. But I remember Donald Brown being good. So he was behind Joseph Addai when he got drafted, right? So he never really got a chance to play as the top dude. But like I said, he was on that team that went to that Super Bowl where the Colts lost to the Saints. But it worked out, man. It worked out, man. So um, he was productive a little bit. So I call it productive. So that's more like a man, in my opinion, because he never really got the job. So you know what? I change it back. That's a hit because you're not starting, but you still show up and play. So Donald Brown was a hit, man. So 2010, you coming into that draft after losing the Super Bowl, you drafted 31st, 32 teams. So that's how it works. But they end up drafting Jerry Hughes. He wasn't with the Colts very long. He wasn't with the Colts. Well, I mean 3 seasons. So, but he was. I want to say that was still Robert Mathis and Dwight Green. So yeah, so you're playing defensive end. You're not playing behind them dudes. You're not starting in front of those dudes, should I say? But he was good. He did his thing, but he did his job, worked his way up, and then turned into one hell of a player with Buffalo, man. Solid player, making sacks, making tackles, Pro Bowls, all kinds of shit. So he turned out to be a good player for Buffalo and Houston, by the way. But not so good with the Colts, but that's not his fault. So I'm gonna say this a hit just because he was drafted in kind of a lose-lose situation. What is you really gonna do? What is you gonna do? You behind two damn near Hall of Famers and Robert Mathis and Dwight you ain't really. It's gonna be hard to crack that lineup. That's all I'm saying. But 2011, man, you get into some rough play, bro. Like, man, 2011 was bad, man. So we go back to Jerry Hughes for a minute, just to let y'all know what 2011 was, man. So Peyton Manning was out because he had some neck issues, man. Um, it was rough, man. It was rough. Um, they went 2-14. Peyton Manning didn't play all year, and that was it, bro. That was it. That was it, bro, for Peyton Manning in Indianapolis, and it sucked because Peyton Manning was just that dude since '98, man. But football is a contact sport, and shit can go left real quick. But in 2011, they ended up taking Anthony Costanzo. He was there for a long time, dude. Started all the games and got a receiving touchdown as well. So he was a hit, right? He was responsible for protecting Andrew Luck the best he could because everybody else didn't want to. But um, Peyton Manning leaves in 2012 to go to the Broncos. They were horrible. So they look up and find, the slogan, suck for luck. And they sucked real bad. And they end up getting Andrew Luck, number one overall pick, man. Um, and me and Brandon talked about in our What If series a couple weeks ago. What if roles were reversed for that 2012 draft, right? You end up getting two really good, really promising careers, right? Ended on some really kind of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, on some weird shit. RG3, Andrew Luck should be playing right now. But there you go, man. That's just how it works, man. But we talked about in our what if series or what if scenario, man. Check it out. It's a couple weeks ago. Um, what if the Colts drafted RG3 and the Redskins drafted Andrew Luck, right? I think there would have been a whole lot of there have been a lot of different things. I don't know if the Colts win a title, but I think the fact that RG3 could run might have helped him a little bit, but it could have been the same issue that hurt him in Washington. He was gonna get hurt eventually with all the running, and the league was not ready to adapt to the running quarterback yet, right? When you draft a quarterback that high, you pretty much want a guy like Andrew Luck that's gonna stand there, take what's there, take the sack when need be, run when you really have to, but not really gonna tailor an offense to the skill set of the top quarterback that you're taking. Right? They weren't adapting to that. It was either you're gonna play this way or you're not gonna play at all, right? And you've seen how it worked in Washington with RG3. They drafted Kirk Cousins as a backup plan because they really didn't want RG3, right? And I think if the Colts would have did that, it probably would have been the same thing, man. But I think Andrew Luck going to Washington probably would have been a better success story than RG3 to the Colts, because Andrew Luck was the quarterback that they wanted, and if they did draft Andrew Luck, it would have been a little bit better because they had a running game set up for him, had an okay defense set up for him, and it would have been a seamless transition to the Washington Redskins rather than the Colts, who was just trying to rebuild after Peyton Manning. I think they felt like, oh well, we just gonna plug him in and play, and that's what they did. That's what they did, man. But what they didn't do was offer him an offensive line, bro. Like That was bad. He was getting like the sacks don't do it justice. The first year he was getting fucked up. The second year he was getting fucked up. And then the third year he was getting fucked up, right? And then the fourth year he ended up getting hurt, because he was getting hit really hard, bro. Like, yeah, football's a contact sport, man, but still, your quarterback should not be getting hit that much. He shouldn't be getting hit that much at all. And he ended up hurting his shoulder, and that was it for that particular season, 2015. But then again, right? No, that's not 2015. That was 20. That was 2017. So 2015, obviously they pick up the fifth option, duh, right? But yeah, lacerated kidney and a torn abdominal muscle. You get fucked up, bro. You get fucked up, man. And they just decided not to keep doing it, bro. I mean, like, but I mean, you look at these numbers, man. This dude was on a Hall of Fame pace. All you had to do was protect him. You got tired of getting hit. Just tired of getting hit, man. Tired of getting hit, man. And he literally wasted his career, man. Just spend money on the offensive line. Fuck it. Like, he is so good that he might have been able to do what Tom Brady was able to do with less. If you just put money into the offensive line. These numbers are crazy, man. All he wanted to do is not get hit so damn much. That's it, man. Just because you're not giving up sacks don't mean that your quarterback not getting fucked up. And that's what happened, man. It's sad, it is, but yeah, man. Like, that sucks. But as far as being a hit, that was a hit in 2012, man. But they drafted Jan Werner. I think that's how you say that. Co-owner of the sport. We got European Football League. Is that what he do now? Yeah, European League of Football. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, yeah, Berlin Thunder. Yeah, I fucks with that. Yeah, they need to get that NFL IP back, man, so they can do their damn thing. That would be nice. But nonetheless, um, Werner was pretty good. He was there with the Colts for. He was a coach for 2 years. I kind of remember him a little bit. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else that was kind of had a different name, but he was okay. He was okay. He had some cool years, but he retired. He was out the league by 2016. He ain't really do nothing. He ain't really do nothing. He was released, and then he announced his with injuries, But the fact that he's German, he wanted to give more people the opportunity to play, and I guess that's starting the European League of Football, man, and that shit working. Cause there's a bunch of dudes coming from over there playing NFL football. So um, with the Colts, it wasn't necessarily a hit. But 2014, they don't pick anybody. 2015, they trying to get Andrew Luck some weapons, man. Philip Dorsett was pretty good. Um, he was a big play guy at the University of Miami. I do remember that. I do remember that he was a big play guy, but he never really materialized into what they needed him to be. Right? And he's on the Falcons right now in terms of like being a practice squad dude. So he's still playing, but he never really materialized what they needed him to be. So it's only 2 years, so you really didn't see nothing. So I'm gonna call it a miss because he did get adequate playing time, but not staying there just didn't move me a little bit. But he is a Super Bowl champion, so you can't take that away. But 2016, you trying to fix that offensive line at least a little bit to keep Andrew Luck from getting hurt. But hey, man, I think by then the damage was already done. And Andrew Luck was on the clock. But they end up getting Ryan Kelly from Alabama. He's pretty damn good. Uh, National champion, All American, Pro Bowler, everything. And now he's with the Vikings this coming season. But he was with the Colts for a minute, and he's really good, man. Started all the games, and he was good, man. So 2017, they draft Malik Hooker from Ohio State. He's a national champion on that Buckeyes team, the inaugural playoff champion team. Um, and he was pretty good there. And his coach career was pretty damn good, in my opinion, man. Um, whether it be injuries or just not playing as a rookie, he still was productive, man. 3 interceptions in his play, 14 games, 2 interceptions, 13 games, 3 interceptions, a lot of tackles, this, that, and the third, right? 2020 was tough for everybody, but he was placed on injury reserve, so he tore his Achilles that year. But then comes back with the Cowboys and has some pretty good seasons, man. So as far as the Colts is concerned, I think that turned out to be a pretty good pick for them at 15. Um, he did what he's supposed to do. He played when he could play. Injuries, I think, zapped him of a lot of impact that he would have had, but he turned out to be a productive player. Yeah, he turned out to be a productive player, and he's still playing for the Cowboys. And he's only 29, so he got some years left, man. So just how much tread is on the tires from the Achilles and everything. But as long as he still got some tread on them tires, bro, he's good. He's gonna be good, and he was pretty good for the Colts, man. So 2018, you draft probably one of the best, if not the best, interior lineman in the league for a little bit. You draft Quentin Nelson, man, 7-time Pro Bowler, started all the games, still with the Colts to this day. He's been good. He's been good. So then they trade the first round pick in 2019 to the Redskins at the time. Then 2020 they trade to the 49ers, who then traded it to the Buccaneers, and they drafted Wirfs. And Tristan Wirfs is one of the best tackles, if not the best tackle in the league right now. So, like, maybe you should have drafted Wirfs. It would have helped a little, but by this time, Andrew Luck is gone, and started the they've started the what's the word I'm looking for, man? They've started the carousel of quarterbacks that they tried before we get into the Anthony Richardson era, right? So I want to say, so yeah, so they started that carousel, man. So they started that carousel. Uh, so Andrew Luck is there, and then Andrew Luck finishes playing in 2018, right? Yeah, so 2018, right? So they go 8-8. don't make the thing. So then, so he missed the whole season that year, right? So then Jacoby Brissett's the guy. They go 4 and something, and then this will be the last season for Andrew Luck in 2018, and they lose to the Chiefs, in 2018, right? So I say all that to say they started going on this quarterback carousel, man. They started going on this quarterback carousel, which wasn't fun for anybody. If you're a Colts fan, it wasn't fun. Jacoby Brissett still there, and then I think they went Phillip Rivers one of them years. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so they got Phillip Rivers one year. He got them to the playoffs though. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget that at all. He got them to the playoffs, right? And then they go Carson Wentz in 2021. But I wanna say one of them years they got uh Matt Ryan. I don't know what year that was. I can't remember what year that was that they got Matt Ryan to play quarterback. Yeah, so 2022 and then 2021 was Carson Wentz, and that was just ridiculous. Um, but yeah, so they went on this quarterback carousel, right, before we get into Anthony Richardson and shit like that, right? Um, as we go back and shit, right? So then you draft Queedy Pay from from Michigan, 21st overall. He's still there. He's still there, man. So I actually want to see what he's done the last few years, man. So he's still there, contributing. He started every game. He's been consistent, available, all of that. He's getting sacks. He's doing everything he needs to do, man, to stay on the field. He should be coming up on a contract if he didn't get one already. So yeah, so they picked up the option, so extended him through this season. So if he ball out, he either gonna get free agency or a big contract, right? Or they could move him, right? So 22, they move up, trading with the Eagles. So 23, we enter the Anthony Richardson era, right? So Anthony Richardson's career so far has been uh I'm trying to be nice. It's been disappointing. So to understand why I'm saying that it's been disappointing, you got to understand where he was picked at for. It's been disappointing because I know he can play better. He know he can play better. He's a solid player, man. 4.3 speed, verticals off the chain, strong, everything you would need for a quarterback. Size, speed, he's an ultimate weapon. Now in Florida, he had one good season. So if you think about like my Cincinnati Bengals talk, it was like the Achilles Smith type thing. You got one good season, and then you're going pro. And when you draft Anthony Richardson, you already know he's a project, right? And if you're the Colts, you can afford to draft a project, right? Because over the history, you didn't draft no projects. You didn't draft any projects for real. Jeff George, your first overall pick in 91 or so, was pretty much a prototypical passer. Peyton Manning was a prototypical quarterback. He's what you like, it's what you get. Size, pocket passer, right? Even when you drafted Andrew Luck, that was your chance to draft a project, but you chose Andrew Luck over RG3. So going into 23, right? Going into 23, you was just kind of ass out of luck because you know you needed a quarterback, but the two best ones was off the board. Yeah, the two best ones was off the board, right? And I mean, technically, you could have probably reached on Hendon Hooker, but he was coming off a torn ACL, so probably wouldn't even reach. Probably wouldn't even have reached for him. So, and then you wasn't reaching on Will Levis because he wasn't even that good for real. So you kind of was ass out even picking Anthony Richardson because the quarterbacks that you wanted was probably already taken, right? It's probably already they was taken already, no problem. So you knew you were drafting a project anyway. So in my opinion, you like you knew what you was doing. So Coach Double S is there now, right? And you know it's a project that you're working with. You probably rather the prototypical guy that you could just plug in and play. But knowing what you need and knowing that you needed a quarterback and everybody's gone. You gotta take Richardson. You gotta take him. And there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like if he can grow into the passer that you need him to be. There's a whole lot to like. This is an athlete. This is a good ass athlete. This is a football player, right? But playing quarterback is different than any other position on the field. Like it takes a lot more mental things going right for you than you think. Like you literally control everybody's job on the field. Offensive line, your running back, you got the ball all the time. So there's things that you have to do. And what hurts quarterbacks more than anything, in my opinion, is injuries. And he got hurt, shoulder injury, running, concussion, you know what I'm saying? Like running. injuries. He got hurt injured, right? You gotta have shoulder surgery. So now, instead of having all of these games to really get your feet wet in the NFL, you spend time recovering. Now, don't get it twisted. These 4 games, there was some good shit to look at. Good passer rating, interceptions was down, right? So a nice sample size to be like, okay, we got an injury, but we gonna come back better. That didn't happen in 2024. He was worse. He was worse. And then the whole thing with him not playing, what do you call it? The tapping out thing. I'm tired and all of that. I ain't never seen that shit in my life, to be honest with you. I ain't never seen it in my life. I ain't never seen a starting quarterback say, I'm done. I'm not playing. I've seen the coach yank motherfuckers off the field. All right, we done. We down 30. You ain't playing no more. Or we up 30. We done. Let's put the backup in. You seen it in the Super Bowl. You seen it in the Super Bowl. Coach grabbed Jalen Hurts. Hey, we done with this. We didn't beat them dudes. Now Kenny Pickett fucked it up, and now Jalen Hurts got to go back in the game. But I ain't never seen it in my life. I ain't never seen a quarterback say, I don't want to play. I want to come out of the game. Never. And he was getting roasted on social media, internet. He was supposed to. But he did post a winning. He did post a winning. He did post a winning record, man. But taking yourself out the game was a bad look. And then you let Joe Flacco go in there and do his thing. But Joe Flacco didn't really do nothing with them. He lost a couple games, and then they moved back to Anthony Richardson. But he was worse in terms of everything else that you look for in a quarterback. He was bad, like really bad last season. The completion percentage was ass. The touchdown interception ratio was ass. And he still only played 11 games. You can't have that, man. Now, granted, he did just come back. He did come back from shoulder surgery, so maybe there's some rust there. But going into this season, this is make or break, dog. With quarterbacks like Carson Beck, um, quarterbacks like Arch Manning going in this draft, man. Any sense of like not playing good or not progressing into a quarterback that they can really build around, Anthony Richardson might be a bust, bro. So I don't want to see it because I like seeing black quarterbacks really succeed. I do. And not the pocket passing black quarterbacks. I'm talking about the ones that got a little bit of juice in their legs. I really like seeing them succeed. But history ain't on your side, man, when it comes to the running quarterback. So at some point, you're going to have to hurt people with your arm. That's just the way it goes in the NFL, man. Until they're proven otherwise, that's the way teams are going to grade how good you are. There's a reason why Michael Vick is high regarded because when he came back with the Eagles, he learned how to pass the damn ball. He gave us a whole lot of running, and boy, it was fun to watch. But he was not that good with his arm in Atlanta. Not a secret, it's all in the numbers. But when he came back with the Eagles, he learned how to pass that ball, and he looked good. So if you're looking at Lamar Jackson, another quarterback that could use his legs really well. But the reason why Lamar Jackson is a top three quarterback because he can throw that ball now, right? So if he wants to keep this job and this to be his team, he's got to take the next step next season. He's got to, or he's not going to be there. And they're going to try to lose a bunch of games and try to get Arch Manning. And boy, what story would that be? Keep it all in the family with the Colts, man. The Mannings, you know? So he's got to play better. You got to play better. You can't be 44, 47% completion percentage. That's trash. Like, really bad. So we'll see, man. That's my Anthony Richardson soapbox, man. I didn't mean to go so long on Anthony Richardson. My bad. I pressed the wrong button, man. I didn't mean to go that long on Anthony Richardson, man. But um, I really want to see him succeed, man. So I really want to see him succeed, man. But 2024, they end up taking Late Latu. Oh shit, I thought he was gonna let me think. But they take Latu from UCLA, man. He was productive in college, bro. He was productive, man. He was really good, like 13 sacks or some shit like that. Like he was productive as hell, man. All American, all of that, man. He's got some good size, man. Well, undersized defensive end, man, but he's still big. He's still tall. Like he's not like 6 feet 200. So he's got some good size in my opinion. But it's still too early. It's still too early to tell like how good he really is, you know? Still too early, you know. He didn't start, but 30 some tackles for got some defensive rookie of the year votes. So like they got something there. But the success of the Colts center around Anthony Richardson and his growth over this offseason. He should be healthy. He should be ready to play. That's going to be the key to the Colts doing anything. Like anything. Because you got Houston in there. They probably going to win the division. Right? So you got to fight with them and their good team because they done made the playoffs, won the division the last 2 years. Jacksonville is probably going to make some moves. What's up? Okay, just stand there being a weirdo. Anyway, Jacksonville's probably gonna make some moves, and then trying to think about the other team. Let me check my wall. And then you got the Titans, who got the first overall pick. So you gotta make some strides if you're Anthony Richardson. So, but nonetheless, man, my assessment is that as they entered the Andrew Luck era, I think they should have kept a lot more draft picks than trading them away. and maybe it'd have been a little bit better. But I think getting Andrew Luck some protection should have been the first thing in his time. But now it's about the growth of Anthony Richardson. But early in the 2000s, though, they really put a good ass team together, bro. They went in for that Super Bowl run. They was trying to beat the Patriots, and they finally did. They got to the championship and they won. After that, they kind of started not drafting for real, not great, but productive players that helped a little bit. But when Andrew Luck got there, they didn't really do too much. They just kind of kept giving picks away. So that's my assessment on the Colts, man. But as we go into 2025, they pick 14th overall. So, in my opinion, I think they should try to get Tyler Warren from the big tight end that was catching all the passes at Penn State. I think they should go after him. Quarterback's best friend is a running game and a tight end. A target he can just check it down to whenever. Get a first down here, get a first down there. Do what you can do. But I think that's the move for them. Getting Warren from Penn State. That's the one. That'll help them offensively tremendously because you still got Jonathan Taylor, you got Pittman, or you draft a wide receiver, but you still need, I think you need somebody to affect the intermediate. Then first down yardage, get that. And if you can get that, I think Anthony Richardson will be okay. Because you don't have to depend on him to pass all the time. He needs to get better at it, and he should. But until you start seeing that growth so you can depend on him, you need to get him a nice tight end to throw to. Brock Bowers is going to help the Raiders a lot, and having a good tight end seems to be the move in this era. You got a good tight end, you're going to move the chains a whole lot. That's the move for them in this draft. Try to get Tyler Warren at any cost. Whether he helps Anthony Richardson or the next quarterback, he's a big move. So that's what I think. So that's my assessment and what I think they should do in the 2025 draft. But let me know in the comment section what y'all think about the Colts draft history since 2000. What do you think of Anthony Richardson? If you're a Colts fan, how you feel like they're going to be this season? Do you think they have a chance to at least make the playoffs? Are they better than the Jaguars? Or are they better than the Titans? Because the Jaguars might be picking first overall because I don't think they made the necessary moves yet. But the draft is still not here yet. But the Titans certainly made some moves to get better on the offensive line. And they're going after Cam Ward, and he looks like he's ready to come in year one and really fall out. So AFC South is going to be fun to watch all season, man. Whether it be because the teams are so bad and the Texans just run away with the division, or we got a couple dogfight games throughout this year. So I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of those fans are as well. So let me know how you feel about the Colts, man. But our next team is, I think, the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we're going to talk about them next. And I'm Cam. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Football Frame of Mind YouTube channel. We looking forward to seeing y'all on the next show, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.